Imagine the year 1813. The autumn leaves were falling in Leipzig, Germany, as the greatest military forces Europe had ever seen gathered for what would become known as the Battle of Nations. Four powerful kingdoms, Russia, Prussia, Austria, and Sweden, had finally united against one man, Napoleon Bonaparte. For years, the French emperor had seemed invincible, conquering vast territories and reshaping the map of Europe at will. But now the tide was turning. The disaster in Russia had weakened his grip, and his former allies could smell blood in the water. Picture this, over 600,000 soldiers converging on a single battlefield. The numbers are staggering. That's more than the entire population of Paris at the time. The ground literally shook from the movement of thousands of cavalry horses and hundreds of artillery pieces. The sound of battle could be heard from miles away. The coalition forces, led by the Austrian Prince Schwarzenberg, had learned from their past defeats. They knew Napoleon's tactics, his preference for dividing and conquering his enemies, but not this time. This time they stayed united, coordinating their attacks from multiple directions. Napoleon fought with his usual brilliance, but even genius has its limits. For 4 days, the battle raged across the Saxon plains. Villages changed hands multiple times. The fighting was so intense that some units ran out of ammunition and resorted to hand-to-hand combat. But numbers don't lie. The coalition's forces outnumbered Napoleon's army nearly 2-1. Slowly but surely, they began to push the French back. And then came the decisive moment. The Saxon army, Napoleon's allies, switched sides in the middle of the battle. It was the ultimate betrayal. On October 19th, Napoleon ordered the retreat. As his army fled across the Ulster River, engineers prematurely destroyed the only bridge, leaving thousands of French soldiers stranded. It was chaos. It was disaster. It was the beginning of the end. The Battle of Leipzig marked the first time Europe truly united against Napoleon. His aura of invincibility was shattered. Within months, Paris would fall, and the emperor would be exiled to Elba. The battle had cost over 100,000 casualties, but it had changed the course of history. The Battle of Nations wasn't just another military engagement. It was the moment when Europe proved that unity could triumph over even the greatest military genius of the age. Napoleon would return for his famous 100 days, but after Leipzig, everyone knew the truth. The empire was crumbling and a new Europe was about to emerge from its ashes.